up out your mouth if you wanna come home. It's very simple, motherfucker, don't ever think it's a joke. Cause if you cross the line, make sure you bring the heat to get smoke. A nigga. You used to rock, now rock alone. Word of mouth, you know the truth, you just play a role. Changing up on everyone until you get your own. You never be the realest, you can try but never will. And that's the thing, cause you the only one that is to blame. Ain't nobody fucking worried, cause that should be lame. Keep on with it, but a hater always does the same. Press the bottle, all that talking you refuse to claim. So don't cross me. 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 Yeah, this is rock music, motherfucker.
Okay. All right. I am back. Man, like the moment I get ready to start, I'm having a bunch of issues. What's up, everybody? I'm Beast Lord J. How's it going? Not exactly new to YouTube, but this is the first time I'm really streaming on it, right? I don't know if anybody I usually know is here, but thank you very much for being here. Anybody who decides to check this out later, thank you. Thank you very much. It means a lot, right? Oh, yeah. So I'm not used to streaming on YouTube. I don't know what's gonna happen. Uh, Not sure what to do, but I'm doing some checks right now. I should have done it later, but you know I can always edit this stuff out later. That's the best part about making a video. Right? Thank you very much for being here. Anybody who decides to check this out later, thank you. Thank you very much. All right, sound pretty clear, but I'm gonna turn my voice up a little bit more. I do have some background music. We might be turning on a little later. But other than that, who gives a crap, right? Who cares about any of that? So just in case, I'm gonna put like a place where this needs to start in the time, right? That's what people do. Start actual start time and all that bullshit. And I'm sure I can cut this out on YouTube itself because YouTube is so kind with all this. Anyway, once again, I'm Beast Lord J. I want to get into Warhammer Darktide. Uh, I love the way it looked. I loved how the gameplay looked. This looks so goddamn clean. And actually, what we're going to do most likely is watch the video first. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Hold on, I'm trying to connect to this on something else where I can look at the chat just in case. Oh, I think that's actually just the best way to start, right? We're gonna go over the video itself. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit. For those of you, mainly for those of you who don't happen to know what it is, uh, and yeah, we're gonna take it from there. So let's see if everything is still moving clean. Let me see. Did that change when I changed it? Yes, it did. So everything's still going very smooth. So let's go back to Warhammer and let's just look up the trailer, right? Anything new pop up? No. This is someone's overview of the trailer. Okay. Oh, Fat Shark. I think this has to be the original, right? Not 100% sure, but it has to be the original. Oh, hold up. There we go. Does it look like I watched it before? I should have had this one ready sooner, but it doesn't matter. It's what it is, right? So let me see. First things first. Quality. Let's see if I can run it. Wait, no, that's okay. Yeah, let's screw it. Let's see if I can run it like that and not break my computer while I'm also streaming is the problem. No, let's do it in 1080p. We're gonna do it like that. Oh, let me see. I'm just sending out a few more messages. Forgive me, folks. Forgive me. All right, let's go ahead and try to play. So I don't know how it's gonna look full screen for you guys, but I can check that out in a second.
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term
My
of
Lord
prime
Inquisitor.
and begun our investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the
So they
Hive
said.
to determine the full extent.
So I'm pretty. Oh, I think this is actually the first one. All right, this is actually pretty good because yeah, I think they did say something about Inquisitors, so that's something I'm gonna remember as we're looking up all of this, right?
Of the unrest. I'll know more when they make it back.
Actually, this looks good. This is really good. I'm just continuously impressed by the way all of this looks. Yeah, I think this is the very first one that they released before all of this, right? The next one, but yeah, this looks great. Something about Inquisitor. I have no idea what these guys are, but they're obviously some sort of soldiers with some nice uh bat AA battery powered guns, right? So this I don't really need to think about. You know, this has to be zombies, right? Like I'm looking at them. It, it's very clearly obviously zombies, right? That's what I was getting from the other trailer too. So I don't know why there are zombies going on in this world. I don't know if someone made them. I think the gods do exist in this universe, so I don't know if that has something to do with them. But we're gonna find that out today.
If
Oh shit, that was
they make
actually
it
it.
back.
Really, it said 2021, and we know that's we know that's way past, right? Let me actually show. Okay, so in full screen, it actually looks pretty good like that. I was afraid that unfortunately it wouldn't show like that for you guys, so I'm glad that actually looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna do? Hold on here, 1 second, because once again I want to try and look at the. There we go. Okay, I found myself. So yeah, I'm trying to make sure I can look at the chat while I'm looking at videos. So what we're gonna do is go to the next one because I've seen that one before, but the one that I saw first. Hopefully, we don't get any commentary because this says plus gameplay trailer, and I already don't believe that because I think I would have seen it. I've been too into this. So let's just click this. Okay, I got the chat box up, you guys. So now I should be able to see you easy. Of course, commercial. Okay, so let's look at this one. Now this is the trailer that made me fall in love with it. Right? And no, this isn't right. No, this isn't. Oh, okay, hold up, hold up. More dark tide trailer. Why is this so hard to find all of a sudden, right? There you go. Right there. My bad. Let me make sure you guys can even hear it, because I... Okay, you can. Because, yeah, once again, okay, so this is being made by Fat Jerk. I gotta remember that, since I like this now, right? We gotta remember, developers, Fat Shark. I don't know if these are the guys who do this throughout all the other games, where I'm not sure if it's always these guys, but that we know it's Fat Shark. At least I do. Yeah. I really like that. That's so. What I know so far, from what I've looked up, this guy is called an Ogren, which I thought he was an alien or something, but it turns out they're human, and I actually like that because, you know, in reality, you're not going to get a bunch of aliens and a bunch of look very fucking close to human. This isn't Star Trek, even though Star Trek, for those of you who don't know, all the humanoid looking species, at least a massive chunk of them, they explained why they look so similar, and I'm really happy that they did that. It was in a what season was that? It was with Picard actually. So Star Trek: The Next Generation. Yeah, God, it's been a while since I watched that. But anyway, getting away from Star Trek, 'cause I fucking love Star Trek. Yeah, this is an Ogren, which I think they're humans that generations ago went to these high gravity worlds. When I was reading a little bit of it, like just the introductory of them, right? And makes sense. So they got bigger, they're a lot stronger. Yeah, you don't fuck with them, right? I think someone said that one of these guys was a priest, something similar to a priest. I don't know exactly what they're called, right? And then you got two soldiers. So soldiers, priests. I don't know what they can do, but once again, in this world, supposedly they're gods, or at least there are multiple gods that are actually in existence. Like the humans supposedly have one too, and I thought that was cool. So we're gonna see. Let's just keep going. Oh wait, sorry. So okay, it's on 1080p. I knew. I knew. What did I do? Oops, 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 oops. Screw me, right? I'm sorry. My bad. Let's go. I don't know, but the chainsaw blade looks cool. You know, let's go back for a second. Let's go. Let's look at this again. I might just sit here for a bit and look at this because look how smooth these commands were. Like this is super. And I know they've been doing this for a while. I know these are probably the same guys who did Vermintide or watching that. Right. Look how clean this gameplay is. And I hope it's not one of those situations where it's not going to be anything like that when we play the actual game. That would make me so sad because this looks incredible. Wait, look at that push. Yeah, it's ever disfigured people, something like that. But yeah, this is one of the things that I was kind of sad about with Fallout and actually Elder Scrolls Skyrim too. Like I'm hoping Bethesda looks at games like this and really rethinks what they need to do for their shit, right? Otherwise, it's going to be very sad next couple of years. And I love the height feel. The height feeling with this guy, that's good, which makes sense. He's gigantic, right? But I really like that it feels like I'm just towering all over people. The size of that goddamn knife, too, right? Because usually a knife just is supposed to fit in your hand, right? But I'm pretty sure this guy can grab two human skulls with his hand. So this knife is gigantic. Like, look at compare. Like, this guy isn't that far away. It might nearly be as big as this dude's torso. So that's insane, and it's funny because all the other guys have these unique looking weapons. Like I would have never thought like zombies and brought a warhammer. Maybe that's just me. Conserve ammo, but yeah, and he just brought a fucking knife. But I like the knife. The knife is fucking cool. That weapon right there, and look at these weird dogs. What is that? Oh, I love dogs. So I already know it's not going to be that type of game where I can get one in my party, but fuck, if they tell me I can have a big ass monster dog in my party, it's done.
Master of mankind.
I'm assuming that's her praying right there, whatever the priest is. And look at that blade that he has. That looks cool. I might play with them just because of the sword. I like the chainsaw blade too, but usually I like being a tank, so I'd probably be him, which I'm positive that's what he's for. Don't know what the tattoo's about. We're gonna see. We're gonna see as we go.
May thy light guide us in the darkness. Burn the heretic. Kill the mutant. Purge the unclean. Master of mankind, grant us strength.
Wait, what did you?
Mankind.
Burn the heretics, kill the mutant, purge the unclean. I wonder if she's talking about a specific person in general. Cause yeah, these are like she might just be talking about a specific person they're trying to go after.
Master of mankind, grant us strength.
Once again, love the towering feel. Love the feel of the darkness. Look at the lighting too. Jeez, that looks cool. It had a symbol of 5 on it. Look at that blade. Hold up. So that sword looks incredible. There does seem to be ballistics and energy weapons. I really like his. I like how she just ran. That she's a badass. And then yeah, of course the sword. So like if I had to pick two people just based on what I'm seeing right now, like of course I can't pass up the glowy energy stick. Right, that shit's beautiful. And then of course this guy. Look at this guy. He's cool. So these are probably the two I'd probably pick first, and then I might go to her because she seems pretty cool. So yeah, that was the Warhammer Darktide trailer that I got into pretty hard. I loved the way it looked, right? So that is yeah, this is exactly what made me fall in love with it. So I would recommend you guys look it up later. But anyway, what we're gonna do is start off just going over some of these guys. And what I would like to do first is tackle some new average stuff, right? So I found this site called the Southern Nerd. I don't know who this person is. Fan art, fan fiction news. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure who this is, but thank you so much, the Southern Nerd, for putting this together for me, because they have something called Newbie Notes: The Basics of Warhammer 40k lore. I know my friend Swiftwolf sent me a bunch of stuff about 40k too. Supposedly there are two different completely universes. One's more fantasy, and one isn't. And the problem though is with everything he sent me, which I was enjoying. Like I wanted to kind of focus just darktide, so at least when darktide comes out, I'll kind of know what I'm already looking at, right? So this guy has everything I need to know, just kind of wrapped up quickly about Warhammer, and then I can just go into other stuff on my own. And I have some things here already that we're gonna go into. Like the Ogren are right here, right? Someone said that what they thought that lady was probably a confessor, so I brought that up, right? Imperial cult is what they believe the confessor is a part of, if that's what she is. So we're gonna go over that. And let me pronounce this properly. Astra Militarum, or the Imperial Guard, is what the two soldiers could be. And hello, I see we have a couple of people here. Thank you very much. Uh, I think my live chat is working. If not, I'm gonna go over the live chat every once in a while, just in case you guys have something to say. And once again, I'm completely new to Warhammer, so if any of you are professionals, been in the game for a while, please fill me in. Let me know if I go over something wrong, if I misconstrue something. So let's just start here. Once again, the Southern Nerd, your hillbilly guide through the kingdom of nerdom. Thank you very much for putting this together. And I did my shout out. See, I'm not an asshole. I'm not just gonna pretend I got all this info on my. Thank you very much. So we're just gonna go down the list and read through this. Um. So once again, for anybody here, if the sound is too low, let me know. If you want me to put on some light background music, let me know. If you need my voice up, let me know. I can project better, or I can just turn up the sound. But no one's saying anything yet, so let's just continue. So let's see. Warhammer 40k takes place in the future Milky Way galaxy, where the Imperium of Man controls most of the solar systems, the Imperial of Man. In the brutal galaxy of the cruelty and destruction, humanity has blasted its way across the stars in a never-ceasing quest to exterminate every single race that is not human. Really? Hold up. In a brutal galaxy of cruelty and destruction, humanity has blasted its way across the stars in a never-ceasing quest to exterminate every single race that is not human. Now that is a powerful statement. I'm not even going to continue reading it because that makes me immediately think either nearly every alien race is just an incredible threat and has threatened the human race to a point where we're just like, nah, no friends with aliens, all of you die, or we're just assholes. So it's different. I already like that part a lot. So let's continue reading. Full blown genocide, even against a non hostile alien society they find. Holy yeah. It's full blown genocide. So they are definitely not the heroes in this situation. All right. That's different. That's interesting. I wonder why. I wonder if the other universe is a little bit different. But no, it's just their reality, right? So we just gotta accept it. But yeah, that full fucking statement is crazy. So I wonder if there's a reason why. We'll see. But humanity's holy war against the Xenos lost much of its progress. Oh, Xenos just aliens. Okay, it's even said it there. I don't know why it took me a bit to connect it. Because when they said Xenos, I was thinking of Aliens, the franchise, right? Xenomorphs lost much of its progress with the Great Civil War. They had a civil war, really. The Horus Heresy, which pit humanity in a 10,000 year long war against the same daemons of the war, their own violence and hatred created. Demons. So there's demons involved in most societies or cultures. Demons are usually formed from human emotions or the human heart, right? Even if you look at stuff like Inuyasha, they went into some stuff, simple stuff like that, right? Another show to look into that, which goes into it how it usually is Jutsu Kaisen, right? Where every demon is formed from something, some sort of emotion. So I like that. We're gonna look up daemons. So actually, what we're gonna do. Daemons, not demons. Okay. Forces of chaos. All right, that's always a funny statement, right? Makes it sound like you're talking about the old school Legion of Doom. Anyway, chaos. Okay, here we go. Chaos gods. So we got demons, we got humans going berserk and slaughtering all alien life. I wonder why, but and then demons clearly formed from the hatred and violence that they created. So definitely a fantasy universe. Let's keep reading. The chaos gods. Source? Let me click that. I'm curious. Where that'll take us. Okay, not important right now. Um, any number of lesser demons and gods. Okay, actually, let me do this. Any number of lesser demons and gods reside and go to war with each other within the warp. Okay, so that's something I gotta look up, the warp, which is a quasi physical manifestation of the thoughts of every organic creature. Oh shit! But four gods stand taller than all the others. So that's pretty cool. So every creature within the universe, their minds is connected to this. So depending on the state of the universe, whatever comes out or manifests could be based on that. So obviously, if you had a universe that was completely in peace, you'd probably get good shit. But in this case, just based on this statement, with humans slaughtering all aliens and then their own 10,000-year war, that's a lot of pain going across the galaxy. So I'm already guessing these gods aren't decent. Right? Let's continue. All right. Decent might not be the right term. They're not peaceful. There you go. That's better. Um, Forgive me if I mispronounce any of this. Tins Tins Tinstich or Zintich. Maybe you don't say the T. Zintich. Let's see. The Lord of Change, the architect of fate. To tell a lie is to worship Zentich, the god of betrayal, ambition, and deception. Much beloved by Zentich are those who would do anything to succeed. But although the Lord of Change smiles on those who seek to change their destiny, the architect of fate also has a habit of leading these people to their own destruction. In the furtherance of his own unfathomable plans. Okay, that kind of sounds like a god, kind of, right? Because to a god, we humans would be lesser creatures. So I'll help you kind of get on the path, but you're mostly doing what I want, and then you're probably gonna die like that in the process. Or I just did it to be a dick because I'm a god and I'm immortal and I just want to do fun stuff. All right, that could also be the reason. But that's pretty interesting right there. The architect of fate, like it's the architect of fate, but to tell a lie is to worship them. I wonder what that means right there. And that's kind of an interesting combination because usually fate, yeah, you can't deny fate. It's just one of those things you have to do your best with whatever you're given, right? But to lie is to worship this guy. That's kind of weird. Like you can't deny something, but you're lying. So maybe it's just I don't know. We'll look more into that later. So this is someone we're gonna go deeper into today, probably after I get through all of this. So don't let me forget to talk more about these guys. God Zintich. Let's see. Nurgle. All right. Nurgle. Father Nurgle, the Plague Lord. Oh, well, I think I know what darktide might be kind of about. Let's keep reading though. The Plague Lord, or the Lord of Decay, unique among the four greatest of the Chaos gods. Nurgle loves life. In fact, he loves all life, including the parasites that ravage. Blackjack, hello, what's up? Even the parasites, how are you doing today? Even the parasites that ravage a victim's flesh, or the viruses that rot brains from the inside out. These small viruses are of no less value than a walking, talking human being, and there are far more of them. Oh, okay, so that's really interesting. So a God that just loves all existence of life, no matter how small or insignificant to life itself, right? That great circle. This guy is just like, I appreciate everybody. But we see that darktide is kind of looks like you're dealing with zombies, and this guy seems like he would mess with zombies, right? Let's keep reading. As with Zintech, those who are unhappy with their lives may find the love of Father Nurgle. I'm great. You can see chat now. Yes, you can. Oh crap! It's not connected to YouTube. I forgot. So that chat box is useless. But it works for Twitch now. So as with Zintech, those who are unhappy with their lives may find their love of Father Nurgle. If you're unhappy with your life, okay. But unlike Zen, in a world that's just filled with war, that must be easy to find believers. But unlike Zentich, Nurgle does not promise glory or encourage ambition. Ah, that's right. So going back to Zentich, usually if you do have an ambition or a very powerful goal, let's say being a leader of a country, you're gonna have to lie. Like you might not have a choice just to make sure certain people don't learn of your plans and get in your way, right? Anyway, Nurgle teaches his followers, usually against their wills, to be content in knowledge of who they are and gifts they can give already. He usually teaches them against their wills to be content in knowledge of who they are and the gifts they are given already. So luckily you have to be a follower. Hello, how are you? Forgive me if I don't pronounce your name properly. Enma Hob, Voom, ONG, what's up? Hello. How are you doing today? Oh, that's an interesting statement right there. Okay. Every human being is a mother to millions of germs and microscopic organisms. As the Lord of Decay infects its worshippers, they forcibly infect your worshippers. Okay. Bodies with the gifts, their flesh rots and bloats as the hungry viruses and parasites ravage them from the inside out. While still living, they give the ultimate gift of their bodily flesh to those who are smaller and weaker than they are. Okay, that's really interesting. So, if you happen to be a father of Nurgle, or you can become a follower of Nurgle if you happen to be someone who is very self-pitying, right? You don't believe in yourself, so you might go to Father Nurgle. Might be a bot, maybe. If not, hello. Uh, and then if you do happen to become one of his followers or their followers, one day you could just be all healthy and then you wake up with a giant parasite in your stomach, being like, "Yo, bro, thank you for letting me feed off you," which makes sense because once again, Nurgle believes all life is important, no matter how small. So you're one of my followers. Well, please carry this parasite in your stomach. He's looking for a home, bro. I don't know if I could do that, but this sounds like who we might be dealing with in Warhammer 40k. Corn. It has to be corn, right? The blood god. Oh, that can't be good. Corn is the psychic manifestation of all the rage of every sentient creature. In the grim dark future of Warhammer 40k, where there is only war, this makes him very powerful. Yeah, like apparently the entire universe is at fucking war and people are being slaughtered. So that sounds about right. Yeah, this guy would be incredibly strong. Every act of murder pleases the blood god, including the cowardly murders of the weaker than the killer. Jeez. Okay. But this presents a contrasting nature to the chaos god, because Korn is also the god of martial pride. Wow. I love that you murdered that guy, but like you're also a coward. Stop being a pussy. But good job. All right. And loves the honor and glory of champions trying to destroy each other. Because Korn, like every chaos god, is an aspect of the minds of sentient beings. Really? The most common sentiments about war and slaughter will dominate. And while there is certainly no shortage of cowardly murders on any imperial world, the numbers of warriors outnumber them by a significant amount. And these warriors, with exceptions, tend to abhor wanton murder, unless, of course, it's an act of genocide against an enemy. Okay, that's interesting. All right, so basically, this guy is the god of war, right? He's the god of war. He wants you to fight. He wants you to kill. He loves murder of all kinds, right? And he typically doesn't give a shit. Like, he's like, just kill, go out, do war, which makes sense because human beings just went out to war and just started slaughtering a bunch of aliens. So I can absolutely see this guy coming into being and being cool with that. Okay, Slanish, Slanish, Slanish. Let's go with that. The Prince of Pleasure, she who thirsts. Okay, so either multiple personalities or someone fluid, right? Crazy demon. Slanish is the god of perfection and desire. And although humanity's own decadence and pride certainly feeds Slanish, this kinky god came into being in a wanton orgy of sex and murder in the worlds ruled by the alien race, the Eldar. Interesting. So let's do this. Let's see who the Eldar is because the way they made it sound is that they were doing nearly the same thing as humans were. Right? Did I spell it wrong? Okay, no, it's correct. Oops, wrong one. Forgive me. The Eldar. Okay, we'll look into that in a bit. Um, let me see. Alien race, the Eldar. Upon her birth, Slanish consumed the souls of countless billions of Eldar, condemning them to an eternity of sadistic torture, dreamt up by their own predatory lust. Hold up. Slanish is the god of perfection and desire, and although humanity's own decadence and pride certainly feeds Slanish. Hold up. This kinky god came into being in a wanton orgy of sex and murder in the worlds ruled by the alien race, the Eldar. Okay, so they were controlling everything. They were murdering a bunch of people and they were just having a ton of sex, right? Sounds like people. Upon his or her birth, so the moment they were born, he consumed the souls of countless billions of Eldar. So that's how much many of them were in existence, right? They were on so many alien worlds that they just bred into this crazy number, and they got absorbed billions of them by the birth of the Prince of Pleasure, or She Who Thirsts, condemning them to an eternity of sadistic torture dreamt up by their own predatory lust. Okay. So I can okay, actually that makes sense. I absolutely understand. When you think about it, someone who's a rapist, someone who wants to force sex on somebody, which is clearly what it sounds like it was happening. They were on a bunch of alien worlds, killing a bunch of different aliens, most likely forcing themselves on each other and them, right? All of that got fed into this being, so it makes sense that yeah, like I'm coming into this world, I'm gonna force my desires on you and suck you into this another universe, right? Most likely for their own pleasure. And then you're going to be tormented by your own desires that you try to force upon other people, but they are forcing it upon you, right? So it's this really twisted, like, not my karma, right? That happened. Like exactly what they were doing to other people. They're it's happening to them now based on their own desires. That's crazy. Although sex certainly dominates the idea of Slaanesh, the Prince of Pleasure also adores music and art. Warriors and artists who seek the joys of perfection in their skills all contribute their own desires and glories to Slaanesh. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that it makes even more sense. So yeah, like based just on their minds, this Eldar, this creature coming into being sucked them all away into their own hell, right? And then Slanish is just there. Now it's like, okay, I was born based on your idea of what power is. Not my fault, your fault, technically. And here I am. Let's play some fucking music. I'm sure there's more to this guy, person, right? God. I'm sure there's more to this god, goddess than they're letting on here. But once again, it's an introduction, and we're gonna go deeper into all these guys as we go. The Imperium. Okay, that's one of the Imperium cult or the priest person, right? Which could possibly be a confessor right here. So that's what we're about to go into. For Imperium, my armor is contempt. My shield is disgust. My sword is hatred. Jeez. In the Emperor's name, let none survive. God damn, that is quite a statement. All right. Let's see. Guarded by the mighty Space Marines and countless billions of Imperial Guard soldiers, the Imperium of Man battles the forces of chaos and every Xeno they find in order to commit in their rule of the galaxy, which they view as their destiny given by them by the God Emperor of Man. Uh, okay, his name is unknown, but his psychic sire or psyker powers were second to none. A giant both in size and psychic powers. The Emperor of Man was a living god who surely would have conquered the entire galaxy with his armies of space marines, led by his bio-engineered children, the Primarchs. Okay, so I'm assuming this was like a mutant, like a like what are the levels of mutants in X-Men? Uh Fuck, I don't remember. I love the original X-Men, but it's been so fucking long since I've really looked into X-Men stuff. It's been so goddamn long. Fuck yeah, I don't remember. But basically he was like a triple S class god level threat human, right? Mutant born. And with psychic powers, there's a lot you can do with psychic powers. I mean, just look at Akira. It's based on your fucking mind. And if he's like any of the other gods, right? At all, where just kind of the mindset of the universe is connected to them. I'm assuming the mindset of human beings were connected to this guy too, and was probably feeding off that the double up his fucking abilities. So that's insane. Uh, but 10,000 years prior to the 41st millennium, the emperor was betrayed by the greatest of his own sons. Oh, your name was really okay. That's actually really fucking funny because for those of you who don't know, Horus was supposed to be the next, or was like the next king of kings after Cyrus. He was the greatest, like pharaoh, right? The greatest god of kings. So that's actually really funny. Horus the favored. Half of the 18 known Primarchs and 18 Space Marine legions joined together under the banner of chaos in a civil war that saw both Horus and the Emperor dead. Okay, so he wasn't only betrayed. He was betrayed, but then okay, I see. Like when he got betrayed, like half of the Primarchs and 18 of the Marines split, and they both ended up dying. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look up what a Primarch in the Marine legions are. But the Emperor though dead, still retains a spark of that psychic power. Sitting on the arcane golden throne, the Emperor's psychic light shines as a beacon in the warp to this day. A lighthouse in the hellish ocean which allows ships to successfully navigate the warp as they travel between stars. Oh shit. That is a crazy fucking power. So he's dead and he's still guiding a bunch of ships throughout this warp. Alright, so I'm assuming this warp is where most of the gods were born because they mentioned it a couple of times involving these gods, and this is a human god, right? So we're gonna keep going and see about that. Um, Space Marines. Built from the genetic material of the Emperor's own Primarchs, the Space Marines are about 7 feet tall. These armored, genetically and surgically enhanced warriors are the Imperium's last, greatest weapon against the Xeno and the predations of the Chaos. So we also got to look up what the Chaos is because it's sounding more like a place and not just chaos in general. Uh, I need to look up what the Primarchs are because they were saying that these Space Marines, these 7 feet tall dudes, were made from their genetics, and I'm wondering why. Right? Maybe they're kind of like the god, human god, right? Maybe just at a lesser capacity. So we're gonna keep reading. The Inquisition, the most mysterious and revered title in all of the Imperium. Inquisitors have the authority to completely destroy a planet. Whoa, okay. Even a planet under the rule of the Imperium. Wow, really? Like, sir, we have a bunch of humans. I don't care. Fucking kill them all, or move the fuck out, or die with the planet. Right? If the threat is sufficient. Oh, okay. All right, that makes more sense. All right, they are lit. I'm glad they put that statement because I'm like, they can just blow up fucking planets. No, only if the threat is big enough, which makes sense. Like, if you're about to lose a planet to an enemy, blow it the fuck up. Like, why the fuck not? Right? I know they do that in the army, in the military. Like when you have a truck or something that you have to abandon and blow it up because you don't want your enemy getting their fucking hands on it. Right? Uh, and the same thing makes sense here. It's like, yeah, we love Earth, but humans still exist, and we're not gonna let the enemy use our planet as a base of operations if we know we can't get it back. Blow it the fuck up. All right, I can see it. Makes sense, and that's cool that they have the potential to do that. They are led. They are the lead investigators in all of humanity's wars and conflicts with the authority to the conscript, or condemn anyone in the furtherance of humanity's dominance. Okay, which, based on how humans are in this world, that's just a very nice statement. It's just kind of formal because we already made the decision to kill all aliens to further ourselves. Like, yeah, like just die. All right. The Adaptus Mechanicus are the king priest of technology, with a total monopoly on their production of all machines or scientific research. Technodips believe that the machines have souls, and every act of repair or tuning of an engine involves a ritual, a prayer at the very least. That's interesting. I wonder if there's any truth to that because remember, like the gods exist in this world, and I feel like it has something to do with this warp and psychic connection of all things, right? So you have a bunch of people decide that, oh, actually, that statement on its own probably makes it true because if there are a ton of humans in this world and all the humans in this group or all humans believe that machines have souls, that alone could probably make it true. So that's I got to look up more about the warp. That's an interesting concept. The machine cult is tolerated because the Adaptus Mechanicus is indispensable to the Imperium man. Yeah, that makes sense. I can see it. Even if the Imperium could seize control of all production facilities in the millions of worlds within the Imperium, only Adeptus Mechanicus knows how to create some of the spaceships and Titans used. That's good. By the Imperium is like, you fucking need us. We're the only one who know where your shoes are, bro. They're like, damn. And so far, the Inquisition has failed not to only discover these secrets, but even to decode their secret language, binary. Okay, so yeah, once again, this could just be a faith thing, right? That leads to this, and this also prevents another civil war of sorts, because I'm pretty sure both sides could work to wipe out each other or need protection from each other. So it's like you do machines, I do war stuff, fist bump, right? I could see that. I like that. So let's keep going. The Xenos. The Imperium of Men is constantly. Hold up. The Imperium of Men is constantly at war with every race of Xenos. Oh, yeah, the aliens. Although some, like the Eldar and Tau, have sometimes formed temporary understandings with the humanity, none would dare turn their back on the Imperium, for all know of humanity's ultimate goal to kill every single alien in the galaxy. Now that's such a weird thing. Like I wonder, humans are really fucking murderers. I know a lot of us don't like to fucking admit that, but we have those fucking feelings where we just want to punch or stab something. This sounds like it went to the absolute extreme because I'm wondering why humans were like, let's just destroy all aliens. And like clearly they decided to work with them because probably one of the gods went crazy or just a really big threat. But oh, I see orcs down here. That could be a reason because I already know they're about to be old school orcs that just crazy and slaughter things. So let's get into that. But yeah, that's a pretty good cool thing right there. The orcs. Very much the same as the orcs found in fantasy literature. Okay, so yeah, this is classic orcs we just killed. But the orcs of Warhammer 40k and Warhammer, the high fantasy series, are creatures made of spores and fungus shaped. What? Are creatures made of spores and fungus shaped into muscular hulking brutes? Really? That is a cool turn. I like that. That's they must be just from that alone. They must be really fucking hard to kill. Okay, so orcs creatures made of spores and fungus shaped into muscular hulking brutes. They reproduce by constantly shedding plant spores from their own flesh, especially when they die. They okay, so just based on this alone, we can tell that one of their weaknesses is probably that you gotta burn them. Because the fact that they spread spores at all times, and that the fact that they're not something like a human being where you could just stab it in the heart and die, yeah, like you probably have to burn them. Because just the fact that they're shaped into your classic orc probably means you can't just stab them in the heart, remove a lung. They probably don't even have them, right? Hell, you might not be able to just cut off their fucking heads just from that alone. So we're gonna keep reading, but I'm already thinking that fire is the greatest weakness. Orcs must be the favorite Xeno race of the Corn, because the orcs love war above all other things. Oh yeah, Corn is the god of war for everybody. For the Greenskins, exploding artillery shells and burning tanks are the ultimate party. Okay. They war with other races' chaos or each other, and they mostly just do it for fun. Okay, that's scary. So that right there is a reason enough to want to unite. Like this statement right here, that's more than a reason enough to gather together for a bit. Because if they are like a fungus, actually, you know that makes sense too. Because fungus is all they really do is spread. And if they kill, they spread. Right? Uh, the fact that they reproduce just from shedding themselves, that's crazy. And when they die, then they can make more. Yeah, that's insane. So let's keep reading. The Tau. The Tau are the closest thing Warhammer 40k has to good guys. Yeah, it sounds like it. Jeez. Unlike every other race fighting for domination of the galaxy, the Tau prefer not to exterminate nor even enslave their enemies. Rather, they add their conquered enemies to the Tau Empire and begin the process of re-education, all in the name of their philosophy, the greater good. The Tau seem to be modeled after a socialist dystopia, such that written by George Orwell in the book 1984. Okay, that let's see. I'm curious because for one thing, you can't just be peace. You can't just be peace, man, no fighting. No, you have to be powerful. So I'm positive they kill when they need to. They just defeat their enemy and bring them in. And I think that's an incredible thing right there. So we're definitely gonna read more into them too. Is there an image? Okay, so yeah, they fight when they need to, and when they defeat a civilization or somebody, they bring them in and make sure they change their ways. This they might be like the singular hope for people in this world. It might come down to humans and these guys just based on what I'm reading. Okay, so more on the Eldar and the Dark Eldar. You know how scary a statement is saying the dark anything in this world, right? 'Cause remember, humans already want to wipe out all life, right, in this world. And then you say the dark humans, and I'm like, goddamn, what the fuck do you mean? How could you possibly get any goddamn words, right? So what we know about the Eldar so far is that they were basically doing the same thing, taking over, having sex, and then gave birth to a god that sucked them all in, right? So let's see. After the coming of She Curse, survivors of the Eldar race split into two factions. The Eldar, modeled after elves. I'm so happy that they made the elves assholes, you guys. I'm so happy. Holy shit, I'm so happy. Modeled after elves are majestic and long-lived. Their race is led by a powerful psychers or psychics called Farseers who navigate through the webs of fate to guide the Eldar to safety. Stupid elves. Slaanesh slaughtered most of the Eldar's own gods. Okay, that is the god of sex that was made from them. So she slaughtered their own gods, really. Leaving with no one to protect them from her in the afterlife. Wow. Why is she so angry at that? Okay, no. Actually, I remember. Yeah, she was born from their own desires. So she's targeting them with their yeah, it's kind of this weird payback. Like this is super karma, right? That's funny. The Eldar came up with a solution of transferring their souls upon death to stones which they fiercely defend against Slaanesh and her demons. If they should ever falter in their defense, Slaanesh will consume the souls of all the great and honorable Eldar and damn them to an eternity of humiliation and suffering. Good. No, that's mean. I shouldn't say that. I don't like those. But while the Eldar, what did I do? But while the Eldar chose a noble path, they only chose a noble path once they had no other fucking paths to walk, right? Because from what we read above, I'm gonna go more into them, especially since they're based off elves. Because what we read above, it sounds like they were assholes, and then they got what was coming to them, right? And then it seems like this god isn't targeting everyone; it seems like it's just targeting them. So yeah, got what was coming to him. So let's see what the Dark Eldar is. The Dark Eldar are only intensified their pursuit of pleasures, which gave birth to Slaanesh in the first place. Okay. They intensified their pursuit of pleasures, which gave birth to Slaanesh in the first place. Then it makes sense why she's the goddess god of sex. This doesn't seem like such a sin on its face, at least in modern times. But the Dark Eldar usually comes in the form of torture. That's what I thought. The Dark Eldar are the most cruel and terrifying predators in the galaxy, constantly seeking new slaves to give their homunculi to dissect and shape into tormented monstrosities. Using the power of sorcery, they harness the psychic energy of their victims' agony to extend their lives. My God, holy shit. So these guys were so bad that she came into being, was like, nah, all you die. All you die, all you suffer. There you go. This is the only way for the Dark Eldar to escape the predations of Slaanesh. Yeah, they gotta keep torturing. Basically they're doing what they were doing before to extend their own lifespan, which is fucked up. But hey, because they are not able to transfer their souls to gemstones. Even if they were, other Dark Eldar would surely destroy the gemstones just for the sadistic glee of damning their souls. That's how fucked up they are. I'm glad that they made the elves assholes. Good. For although the Dark Eldar worship Slaanesh, this does not grant them any mercy. Slaanesh hungers for the souls of Dark Eldar every bit as much as their more noble cousins. Okay, so that statement right there, for although they worship him, her, this does not grant them any mercy. Slaanesh hungers for the souls of every dark. That makes sense because it does sound like this goddess. I'm glad that I read this. It does sound like she's split because yeah, two of the major sides, and it makes sense because it seems like one thing these Eldar share, dark or good, is pleasure itself, right? One side was doing it more consensual way, and the other side was doing the very forceful, not so fucking good way, right? So that's all pretty much on the same coin, right? That it all got fed into her, and she took sides from both. Because remember, she's also the goddess god of art and music, right? So she took that from clearly the good half, and then that side that wants to force torture and humiliation on everybody came from the dark one. So I actually really like that right there. She's just both sides of the coin at one time. So the one it does suck though because the original Eldar, they're also being tortured by her. It's not her. It's her, him. It's not its fault. It's not the god's fault. You guys kind of did this. So I like that they're being realistic. I like that they're being kind of cruel with it. It's nothing that the Eldar can do, but I would assume one thing they could probably do is just kill all the Dark Eldar, even though that seems impossible in a world like this. They can just kill them as best as they can, and maybe once the Dark Ones are gone, she can start tipping more to their side, right? The good ones. That would be interesting. I like that. Tars, welcome. Hello, hello. I wonder how I can send people messages. Let me see. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me see. They can. My computer is doing the sounding. I'm assuming you guys can hear me okay. Royal was responding. Blackjack was responding. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um. Okay, so let's continue. So yeah, I like this balance of the Dark Eldar and the Eldar in their goddess god Slaanesh. Like that is really fucking cool. So that makes me happy. The Necrons, okay. Necrons, massive armies of nearly invincible black metal cyborgs. Excuse me? Slumber beneath the worlds of the Imperium of Man, just waiting like a volcano under a city to awaken and destroy everything. Long before the coming of the Emperor, an ancient and warlike race saved itself from extinction by transferring their minds to machines. Now they wait, and when they awake, they have only one desire to kill everything that lives. Ah, okay. The Necrons operate on a technology more advanced and arcane. Okay, so there's magic in this world, or is it arcane stand for psychic abilities? I wonder. Anything seen in the Imperium or its enemies, that explains why they can't do anything about it. The metal of their bodies can actually self repair, and they are finally put down. And when they are finally put down, their bodies teleport away in a bloom of green energy, prepared and unleashed once again. That is some Borg level shit right there. That is a dialect level shit right there. Yeah, because that's fucking crazy. Okay, so the from what it sounds like, no one knows where they came from. It just sounds like human beings decided to land on this planet. They know about them. It sounds like. I guess once they awaken, they at least know what they can do. And whoever made this was super advanced and put their souls in these machines. So the Necrons sound interesting. I want to look up to see if they have any images of it later. But for now, we learned everything we need to know. Let me see. I'm curious. How long have I been streaming so far? How long has this been going on? I can't tell you guys. Actually, I really can't tell. We've been streaming for a while. Anyway, let's keep going. The Trianids, the Trianids, excuse me, the Trianids, a mindless, chitinous swarm. The Trianids invade from an entirely different galaxy, sending massive hive fleets to the Imperium of Man or its neighboring enemies with only one goal in mind: to devour. Much like the Zerg of StarCraft, modeled after the Trianids. Oh, really? Okay. These aliens are a hive mind that consume entire worlds, assimilating their victims' genetic material and using it in their own spawning pools to make more efficient warriors. Oh, so if they get their hands on some of the Marines, that could be bad. Okay, so it sounds like they just eat and eat and eat. So it seems like that's all we need to do. At least that's just the major stuff we need to know about Warhammer 40K that probably going to involve everything, right? Any future games. So the Trianids, the Necrons, the Eldar and the Dark Eldar, which is the elf-like people, the Tau, which are the closest thing to good guys, the Orcs, mushroom-styled Orcs, right? The Xenos, aliens in general, the Adeptus Mechanis, the people who make machines for the Space Marines, the Imperium, the Inquisition, the people when it's really time can choose to destroy a planet if the threat is big enough. Space Marines, the people on the front lines. The Imperium, yeah, their goal to destroy all life, right? You have the god Slaanesh, you have Khorne, the god of war. Slaanesh being the prince of pleasure, she who thirsts, created from the Eldar, right? You have Khorne, basically the god of war of the universe. Nurgle, Lord of Decay, who loves all life on all forms. And Zentich, the architect of fate, which is an interesting one I really want to look up more. Um, and this is all surrounded in a universe where humans just one day was like, let's destroy all alien life, which I really want to see more about. So this was interesting. I really like this. Once again, you guys, if you want to find this, is the Southern Nerd, right here. Your hillbilly guide through the kingdom of nerdom. Once again, person who made this site, thank you very much. I learned a lot actually. What we're gonna do now is go over some of this other stuff. So I found this site. I think this is just fatsharkgames.com, just a forum page, and this is just specifically about darktide, what you need to know. And I found this person here, Arthur Dow. Yeah, excuse me, person, if I mispronounce your name. They wrote this is all specifically about the game location what we're fighting. So we're fighting in a place called Hive City. Who we fight? We're fighting Nurgle, which was they one of the guys? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah. Okay, so I was right. Or I was right. Just based on the description, they look like zombies, which they aren't zombies. They're people who are festering with diseases. Which I'm wondering if it doesn't have to be human. It's probably any species of aliens who happens to want to worship Nurgle. Because these guys, like once again, like with this guy, Corn, the orcs, like yeah, they said that Corn favorite the orcs because all they do truly love is war, right? Above all things, they just love war. So, what's up, Black Lad? I'm glad you came back. Hopefully, you're doing well. So we're fighting in Hive City. We're fighting against Nurgle, who has some. If they didn't decide to make a plan to infect the universe, which it sounds like they would do, it's either the people there who are infected are trying to spread the diseases and the plagues that they're infected against with. What we are fighting, we're fighting plague zombies and plague bearer. Okay, who we fight for? The Inquisitor, Malice or Heretitus. Okay, so once again, the Inquisitors are also a part of the Imperium, and they're the people who are able to just choose to destroy an entire planet if the threat is big enough. So we might be going there. Oh, that's probably what it's about. We might be going there to see if we can handle the problem ourselves, and if we all die and they don't hear from us for a couple of years or a month, they might just be like, okay, blow up the whole fucking thing, right? So that's interesting. Who we fight for? Okay, who we might be? The Alkalite, which is I believe the priest like person, right? So once again, going into the characters, as we saw from the trailer, right? Going back way in the beginning. Xbox. Oh, will it be on Xbox? Okay, maybe it'll be on console. I don't have to get it on PC. But I already made the decision to get this on PC. So okay. So Orgrim, two soldiers of the Imperium. See, I'm learning. And then Confessor, part of the Imperium cult. So we're just gonna go over them, and the person I'm gonna probably go over or choose to play with the most because I like tanks is Orgrim. All right, so let's see what they're about. Look at that! Look at that beautiful fucking picture. It's tight, nice and tight. Love that. This just seems like me, and I also want to be 7 or 8 feet tall, but that's not gonna fucking happen. So maybe in my next life, we'll fucking see. So the Orgrim Homo sapiens giganticus are a huge and physically powerful abhuman mutant subspecies of humanity, often employed by the Imperium of Man as shock troopers in the Asta Militarum's Militarum Auxilia. Excuse me. So I'm curious about this though, because humans want to destroy all alien species. These guys are technically human, so I wonder they must be cool with them because they're going with them. Yeah, they're technically human, right? So it should be fine. Orgrims possess many traits prized by the Imperium. They are brutally strong and completely loyal, although extremely limited intellectually, which restricts their battlefield role to simple and direct assaults. They hail from the series. Wait, hold up. How much is this? Oh, there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot. Oh man. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we might stop here. I wish I could tell how long I've been streaming. I can't, unfortunately, for some reason, some strange, godforsaken reason. I can't fucking tell. Yeah, we're probably gonna stop here. Like this next page seems like a whole lot, and I would love to go over it with you guys. Right? So like for now, I think this was a good video. I enjoyed this. Once again, you guys can find him in the Southern Nerd Warhammer. Thank you very much, my friend, for posting this. It was very informative. I liked it a lot. Uh, I think I learned a lot about Warhammer, so we're gonna be continuing it from there. I'm probably gonna go over all these other guys like the Orgrin and stuff tomorrow. I'm gonna put together a small list based on what we read, and Thank you. Yeah, so if there's anyone here that's new who's happens to be checking me out for the first time, thank you very much. Um, I'm going to leave this an hour and 15 minutes saying, okay, that's not bad. Thank you very much, Blackjack. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave this video up for let's say a couple of weeks, raw as it is, and I'm gonna remake another video based on what I read. Right? Actually, I might just make a section. I might just do a playlist of my live streams and call this Warhammer live stream one or some such shit like that. And then I'm gonna make a separate video about everything that we've talked about in here, probably in separate smaller videos, right? So what I might do is once a week we'll do a live stream on YouTube and I'll go over the Orgrin next and so on and so on. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video going deeper into them how I want. Uh, so for those of you who might be checking this out later, I'm gonna be posting new videos, at least 5 a month. Some stuff that I'm working on from scratch, some stuff just some fun, funny stuff. Hopefully, it'll be cool. Um, and yeah, I think we're gonna end it here, and we'll do the Orgrim next time. So I'm gonna probably stream on Twitch. We're gonna do a little Monster Hunter, and then I'm gonna get off. So thank you all for joining me. Hopefully I can catch you all another day. Uh Hopefully we meet some more Hammer fans that we can talk to. And yeah, I will talk to you another day. Thank you and adios.